Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
There was a girl I knew. She said she cared about me. She tried to make my world the way she thought it should be. Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold, but love is a long, long road. Yeah, love is a long, long
Well, look who's back. The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team. Trust?
Trust.
The world's ending. At least, that's what everyone's saying.
This sky, I don't like it.
Ready to fire, sir.
Welcome to the New World Order. Fire!
Just close your eyes and listen. Tell me you can't hear that. Her rallying cry.
Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies.
We can overcome our fate.
Am I the same as these monsters? Am I even human?
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh, Sephiroth, you say. So you heeded the call too, did you?
What are you talking about?
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah. I ask because I suspect they're soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Do not be deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth! Come on!
On me.
Look! Look!
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit.
A weapon?
Tutelary creatures, set only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
Who dares disturb my slumber? It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam, and to the GHV Magellan, our mobile base of operations. Come on, I'll help you get your bearings. This is the ship's armory. Here you can check your weapons and put them through their paces. These rooms over here belong to other members of the crew. They're pretty much the same as yours. And the shower's down at the end.
This is one hell of a ship you got here. Courtesy of the UCA, I'm guessing.
No. As I told you, Drawbridge is a civilian outfit. But we do have a generous patron with access to plenty of capital and tech.
Sounds like a UCA big shot.
Don't ask me. We've never met face to face. They value their privacy.
Seriously? No better than to believe that bullshit.
It's the same deal as America. The people here are all spread out, cut off from one another. We want you to help us bring the world together.
Sam, would you mind if I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes. Really, Sam? Your buttocks? What about shotgun? I prefer the driver's seat.
Sam, do you read me? You'll first need to access the Mexico side plate gate terminal. After we've confirmed network coverage, we can take the DHV Magellan and regroup at your position.
The problem is, not everybody wants to be part of the UCA.
That's not the plan, Sam. The UCA isn't looking to expand its borders. Just like with Mexico, they want to bring new regions into the network. Anyway, the DHV Magellan's here to back you up. As always, you'll be the one leading the way to expand the network.
What's your role in all this? You're the commander, huh?
That's right. These days I'm fragile in name only. You brought America together, helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger, still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of things changed after you went off on your own, especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge.
With the support of the Chiral Network and APAS, humanity will be free from the need to move around. Bots are capable of handling deliveries.
He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but...
We found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
He said he came back to get revenge on you and me.
Hey, brother. Did you miss me? Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place a visit, seeing as how I've been distributing the fruits of this fine factory all over the continent. Guns and violence, the whole damn world could be yours. Same as it ever was. Oh. Looks like you decided to trade in that rope for a stick this go-round. Well, I suppose even a porter has to pull the trigger from time to time. Oh, what about you? Hey, buddy. Are you just another Soulless little husk, huh?
Let go of me! Pathetic guitarist, where's the rest of your band?
Well, ain't that something? Was it you, Higgs? Huh? Was it you that killed Lou? You still don't know, do you?
Something he said. You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
All right, Sam. Let's see what we can find on Lou.
If you want answers, you're gonna have to find them yourself. But the ones you do find, well, that pain you nurse will only get worse. Sam the man in the dark about everything.
Don't forget, coming on this expedition was meant to help you find the strength to carry on. And you have. We all know you've got this. Now it's time to finish the journey, Sam. Please understand, Sam. We never meant to string you along.
That chrysalis, we found her inside. It was filled with a fluid that contained amino acids. One's identical in structure to the kind found in tar.
I'm sorry, there are amino acids in tar? As in proteins?
Of course. How else did you think that chiral creatures could emerge from it? Some have even theorized that the tar is a sort of primordial soup.
I was there. I saw her home. And it was a hellhole.
You see, after you left Bridges, I decided to do a little digging. Now, according to them, BB-28 was flagged for disposal and subsequently incinerated 4 years ago, long before you and Lou first met.
recorded. Every thought you've ever had. Your love. Your fear. Your hate. Were just planted in your brain like weeds in a garden. What would you do to free yourself? We both know the answer to that question. Nothing. You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. But I'm here to set you free, whether you like it or not.
Society has rules. It decides where you belong and what you're worth. But you can chart a new course. Even when death seems a certainty, do not give up. On the shores of a new world, you awaken. More determined than ever to carve a life of your choice. Fighting under our own flag, we will take what's ours. Together, we will take on the world. Society may have rules, but today, you decide where you belong and what you're worth. Choose. Will you live as pawns or die as pirates?
What's your plan? Knowing you have only 66 days to live. Just run away. It won't make any difference at the end of the day. You know better than anyone else that no one could escape.
let you live? What secret did you sell him?
Only a dead person can keep a secret.
Going where? This damned place! You're suicidal!
One last toast, and we're all done. Patience is the key, Master. Time is not on his side. All we have to do is wait.
Yes. Let's kill him with time.
What's your plan? Knowing you have only 66 days to live.
Get my heart back.
Welcome to the world of Stellar Blade. The story begins on post-apocalyptic Earth, where a mysterious enemy called the Naytiba has forced the human race to flee to an off-world colony. Players will take control of Eve, a member of the 7th Airborne Squad. Her mission is to save the planet by defeating the Elder Naytiba.
All we must do is complete the mission.
While most of the 7th Airborne Squad is lost during their descent from the colony, Eve soon meets 2 new companions. Adam, born on Earth,
like to
is
ask
in
you
pursuit of an energy source
Step.
called hypercell.
Make sure to stay cautious. It's where the Alpha Natiba is.
So this must be 8 or 7.
Lily, a member of the 5th Airborne Squad, provides engineering support.
Lily Artemis II. Then I can be your engineering support.
She puts her technical knowledge to use by upgrading Eve's equipment throughout the game.
Here. Done.
Something does feel different.
This is Zion, a city built underneath the wasteland by the last human survivors on Earth.
A whole city underneath the wasteland.
Eve is called Angel by the survivors and is an object of both awe and fear.
I'm not selling anything to you.
They'll seem a bit wary at first, but will gradually loosen up as Eve shows a commitment to rebuilding the city.
Hello, Angel. How are you?
I see we have guests.
I can't believe the angel is here.
The survivors will sometimes ask Eve for help.
Please save my younger sister!
Wait right here.
Their requests will often lead her to the wasteland and the Great Desert. This place has been overrun by Natibas and malfunctioning machines and robots.
A supply camp in a place like this.
You'll occasionally find supply stations set up by previous airborne squads. At each camp, Eve can purchase various consumable items, acquire new skills, upgrade equipment, and more. She can also take a well-deserved break to restore her health. Eve will often encounter people in need, and other non-human beings who may need her help.
Request your assistance.
Whether to assist or ignore them is entirely up to the player. On her journey to defeat the Elder Natiba, Eve will sometimes encounter hostile survivors. Or something worse.
Eve, what are you going to do after you defeat the Alpha Natiba?
All airborne squad members exist for one sole purpose.
You mean the extinction of all Natibas, right? To think that the point of your existence is to snuff out another species. It is not an easy fight.
It's fine. I can do this alone.
It won't be easy.
Angel, that's the unofficial name for members of the Eve Airborne Squad.
I can feel the hatred, but I cannot feel the source.
I will find it, and I will make it pay.
Open it! It's windy!
No more lights to blind my eye. Choose what you lose.
To collapse!
And now take up the
The drone is different.
This is no longer the drone you knew.
so close to the goal, headed to light that I will hold. Now it's time to gather what's lost. Show me how stars fall down and still shine bright. Wherever you go, then I'll be your side, so that we can see through the night. I'll keep through our time.
I have to finish it.
I really hope you make it.
are a few things I need to make sure you understand.
Going to give you 10 seconds.
No, please! No!
The past is beyond our control. You have to accept this in order to move forward.
It was just a prank, man.
Everything you do, every decision you make from now on will open doors to the future.
The choice is yours.
I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this as you play your game.
Sam. Looking for me?
My dear sister, I write these lines with a heavy heart as I find myself, once more, imprisoned by Shogunate forces. These corrupt men accuse me of treason, but I say it is they who betray our land, leaving her in great despair. They are scared and weak, clinging to power, no matter the cost. Let them pass judgment, for I chose my fate years ago, when the black ships arrived, like mountains rising from the sea. It struck fear into their hearts that night, but for me, a flame was kindled, flickering with the promise of a new Japan. She can be sovereign, and she can be free. Seize this opportunity, my sister. Rise up and oppose. Seek allies wherever you find them, and bring them to our call. For if our vision is to succeed, the Shogunate must fall.
Rise of the Ronin is without a doubt Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo's biggest and most ambitious project to date. Team Ninja has always designed action games, usually following a linear level design, which leads to an all-powerful boss. This time, I wanted to make a game where the player could fully immerse themselves into the game's world, the universe and story. You play as a powerful Ronin, trained from a young age as one half of a pair by a secretive group known as the Veiled Edge. Separated from your blade twin for the first time, you now find yourself alone. The Bakumatsu era is a special period in history for Japan. American gunboats, known as the Black Ships, arrived off the coast of Japan in the mid-1800s, forcing Japan to open up its market to the Western powers. This caused great turmoil in the country between the ruling shogunate, who looked to maintain military power while containing both the threat from the West, as well as the anti-shogunate forces, such as the Choshu clan, who wanted to overthrow the shogunate and change the way Japan was run.
As the smoke rises, so shall we. So shall we!
You could say that Haji and the Shoka Shinjuku school was the birthplace of this ideology, following the teachings of its most influential figure in Yoshida Shoin. Although it was a different world and a different time, I believe he could be compared to Socrates. I wanted to depict his teachings and his life from the moment I started working on Rise of the Ronin. He wasn't just a philosopher. He insisted on the importance of taking action.
The people must rise and demand revolution. How else can change endure?
Rise of the Ronin is set during the period known as Bakumatsu, and at the moment that is the darkest before dawn. The darkness is represented by the constant political pressure piling on the shogun, widespread disease, and several battles being fought and lost.
I wanted to show that energy building up in these darkest moments, while the people waited for everything to implode. I was impressed how the team focused on every detail during the creation of this universe. A great story unravels based on actual historical research, from the cities and villages to the historical figures depicted, such as Katsukasha or Sakamoto Ryoma. There's also a specific energy from that period in history that the team as a whole wanted to express within the game.
Looking at the Bakumatsu era, it was a time where multiple schools of thought and cultures were merging together. I wanted to express that chaotic world through sound. When it came to the score, we related with the black ships coming to Japan by having an Occidental composer, Inon Zur, join us on the project.
It's interesting to notice that the two main instruments that are carrying most of the melodies in the score are one Japanese and one Western. The cello, on one hand, it's very westernized, but playing the Japanese melodies, it's almost like talking to this era. And the shakuhachi, on the other hand, such a strong Japanese signature. But when it plays the music from the score, I let it many times play melodies that are more westernized. So together, this choice really added to the whole soundscape of the score.
From an art perspective, it was not just about building a large-scale world, which would have been planned. So, in order to avoid that, we've worked on building landmarks during the process. Yokohama, Edo, Kyoto. It turns out Koei Tecmo has offices in these three locations, making them somewhat familiar. So it was easy to start to build an image for them. Obviously, these locations were very different back then, though. While we looked at these and continued our research process, we realized we had to add more texture to the game. We started working on the colors and the atmosphere in order to build Ronin's environment.
As you wander through various locations, some territories are dangerous as they are controlled by bandits. Alternatively, a city would be ruled differently, bringing in new types of challenges and battles. You can feel how that was recreated as you play the game. I believe players will be able to enjoy that.
It is time to end this.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night.
Prior to the beginning of this game, the Terminants, which have been confined to their own farm planets, harvested for Element 710, have broken loose. And Helldivers are being mobilized once more to deal with this threat, but also the brand new race. They seem to be called the Automatons, they work as full robots. It might not be a bad idea to put them in their place too. You're going to be playing as a Helldiver. They go through training. Very thorough training. And are frozen until needed. Our cryogenic technology is second to none. When you start to play as a Helldiver, they've just been defrosted and ready to command their super destroyer. In the game of Helldivers 2, you are going to spend most of your time in combat, fighting enemies. Everything that's happening outside of the mission when you're on your ship is about strategy. The galactic map shows you the current situation of the war. It shows you what planets are super Earth planets, what planets are being covered by some sort of enemy scum, and where the battlefront is. And as the Helldiver, you get to decide exactly what planet you're going to fight on, what enemies you're going to go against. You get to make quite a number of choices there. At the same time, the Galactic War is the place where Super Earth High Command is going to be communicating out to Helldivers across the galaxy. They'll be letting you know what the current top military priority is. They are broken out into two types of orders: major orders and personal orders. Major orders are big, long-lasting things that the community as a whole is working towards. These are things that are central to the story. There are ways in which you can be a major contributor to changing the face of the galaxy itself. That's going to take the combined effort of Helldivers across the galaxy working toward that type of goal. On the personal order level, something that you and your squad can do all together, maybe you'll be sent off to kill a couple of really terrifying enemies, and only in a specific way. And if you do it exactly in that way, you'll get a reward for having done the good work of Super Earth.
An operation is a number of missions. On lower difficulties you have fewer missions. As you go into higher difficulties, you get more missions per operation. In a mission, you don't simply have one thing that you're doing. You need to shoot the nuclear missile, you need to start up the generators for it, you need to find the launch codes. These are objectives spread out on the map. There's also secondary optional objectives. You don't have to do it, but you are rewarded if you do. Sometimes you find an artillery gun that you can load up and then you can use that artillery gun. But there's also hostile ones. There are artillery emplacements, buildings that disables you from using your stratagems, gooey bug structures that spreads fog. You have your Helldiver destroyer. It can be upgraded. In the ship management, you buy bigger guns, better eagles, and to get those, you need samples. You find them on the level. You need to extract to get your samples with you to your ship. The requisition you use to buy stratagems. You get it mainly by just doing your missions. Most of your personal equipment, like your armor, your helmet, primary weapons, grenades, those are acquired in your warbond. And in the warbond you need medals. You get medals from doing operations. You also get it from doing orders. You have a lot of stuff that you as a player get to choose from and create a loadout that fits your playstyle.
The Galactic War isn't just that though. It's also a place where we, as the developers, can interact with you, watching what you are doing, watching how the community is playing, and maybe, if appropriate, giving you just the weapon you need to push yourself over the edge. Or maybe, if it's the right time in the story, seeing a negative consequence and giving you an added challenge. We don't think that many other games are going to be able to offer what Helldivers 2 can. We love our game, and we want you to love our game just as much as we do. And we want to be part of it. We want to be part of it together alongside you. So, pre-order Helldivers 2 and let us play alongside you.
In cold, ruthless North America, explore the lands of New Eden, its colonies and isolated settlements. Surrounded by spirits and otherworldly creatures, the settlers require the help of Red and Antea, a couple of banishers. Banishers can feel the veil, the boundary between life and death. You can cross the veil at will to explore New Eden, its fabulous mountains, deep swamps, rushing rivers, and lush forests. As experienced ghost hunters, travel this cursed territory and uncover its darkest secrets. A terrible curse afflicts New Eden inhabitants. A curse that tragically provoked Antea's death. Despite your loss, you must continue your mission and save the settlers' souls. Dilemma rises when you learn you can bring Antea to life by sacrificing people you swore to help. This becomes your burden, with all your choices now affecting the fate of inhabitants as well as Antea's. Every soul you banish, every spirit you grant peace, every life you sacrifice to save Antea will inexorably guide you towards one ending or another. Will you be a merciful savior or a relentless banisher? Combat is spectacular and dynamic, allowing you to switch at any time between Red and Antea. Loot, upgrade, and select the best weapons and gear for Red and engage in the fight. Adapt to the situation, switching on the fly between melee and ranged attacks.
Time for me to shine.
Perform perfect dodging or parrying to destabilize the enemy and inflict powerful counterattacks. Light attacks will provide better agility and faster movements. Charged attacks will max out damage and break the enemy guard, but will leave you more exposed on the field. Finally, targeting enemy weak points with your rifle will grant you a decisive upper hand. As a banisher, Red isn't the best choice against living enemies, but he's the best fighter against the dead. Each damage that Red deals will fill his banish gauge. Some skills, like Bane-powered bullets, will fill the gauge even quicker. When the gauge is full, perform your banishing shot at the best moment to deal an extra 300% damage. Other skills, like removal, will be a boss breaker, allowing the banish ability to now deal damage based on enemy HP. Unlock new skills and upgrade Antea's abilities to give Red more bonuses and combos during battle. Antea's new existence has given her spectral abilities that she can use both in exploration and combat. To improve her spiritual powers, she needs to be fed with the essence of the living. Use skills like Deep Outburst to open new paths during your exploration and trigger devastating area attacks during combat. In the midst of the fight, activate the ability Relentless Spirit to rapidly increase melee damage. Unlock and experiment with all of Antea's skills and powers, some of which can unleash devastating combos when switching with perfect timing between Red and Antea. There's much more to discover as you explore these cursed lands. Whatever your choices, they will shape your adventure, your story, and the fate of Red, Antea, and all New Eden inhabitants, for better or worse. When Banishers releases on February 13th.